Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. With me is my co-host, Reeves.
What's up, babies? We did it, y'all. We made it.
We made it. We're at the finale of season 20.
We made it. We finally did it. The end. We
anyone
never have to
here?
watch Top Chef again.
Is your subordinate here?
Let me check in. Say hello to the people, bruh.
Hello, everyone. It's sorry. What's up, everybody? We did
Brian's
it.
a
We're
very
done.
good singer.
We
Yeah,
finished.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah. You should
I've
see
done it
him
a
at
bunch.
karaoke night. Show off.
I show off. I pick songs that
He
are.
shows off.
I pick songs that are like, oh shit, he's doing that song, and then I crush it. And everyone goes, okay.
Can you help me
okay."
find a karaoke
Wow.
song?
What do you like?
I don't know what I like. That's the thing.
You're not a music guy. For someone
I
who started
listen to
singing,
music. I listen to music. I just don't sing a lot, and I don't know bands. If you're gonna start
No.
talking about bands, unless it's rubber bands, because I'm a rubber band man. But I don't
got
know.
those stacks.
Yeah.
Stacks and stacks of rubber bands.
Yeah, I used to keep
Yeah.
rubber bands around my wrist so I could fucking put my money away.
He don't
Yeah.
keep them in balls. Keeps them on his
Yeah.
wrist.
Yeah,
I always had them locked and loaded around my finger so I could shoot those bad boys.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to have them between the thumb and the
And the-
pointer, and then you
yeah.
get that little piece of paper that you folded so tight,
Yep.
and then you would
Mhm.
shoot that shit at somebody. You call it a wasp,
Yep.
and you'd be
Yeah.
like, and you'd hurt someone with it,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
you'd be
that
like,
was
"Ow, that
so
hurt," and you'd be
funny.
like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
sorry.
Oops. I didn't
Oops.
know that this was gonna hurt.
Oops.
But anyways, I don't know bands, Brian. So I need your help. I need to figure out my karaoke song that I can have a go-to for karaoke. So I stop looking so foolish at karaoke because I go in there and I go, well, now I can't do this anymore. I'm like, I'm just gonna rap a Kanye song, and then you
Yeah,
can't do
I
that
can't
anymore.
do that anymore.
So
yeah.
now,
It's bad.
what am I gonna do? Another rap song? People hate that at karaoke.
They do.
People
I one
hate
time
when
with
you
a
pick
friend
rap song.
tried to do Forget About Dre, and people fucking hated it.
And I love that song.
Hated it.
Well, that's because you insisted to do the Dre part, and you kept being
Yes.
like, "No, you do the Eminem part," and it was like,
Mhm.
and you're like, "I'm doing Dre part.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
always
I was
Dre."
like, this is like people coming together. This is
Yeah.
unity. People switch parts all the time. It's
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, people were so pissed.
This is reminding me about a time I went to karaoke. My friend, I was like excited to do Forget About Dre, and my friend was like, I think I should do the black Dre part, and I was like, well, I don't feel
Mhm.
comfortable doing the white Eminem part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a
It's
learning
weird that
experience
this
for you.
happened
That's
between
so
both
weird.
of us, but I don't
That's so
remember
weird.
you being there. But it's weird that it
Mhm.
happened between both
That's
of us.
good that you don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian,
It's-
what's a song that you can see me singing at karaoke?
So, here's the thing. Here's a couple songs that people love.
Mm-hmm.
That if you can get there early and do them, you'll be the hero.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, of course, Barbie Doll by Aqua.
Barbie doll.
You
by
do
Aqua.
Barbie Doll by Aqua, people lose their shit. Especially that Barbie's coming out. You do that now.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
baby.
I have
Good
no idea what this
advertisement,
song
too.
is, but
Gonna
I'll listen
lose
to
their
it.
minds. I'm
Come
Barbie
on,
Girl.
Barbie, let's go party.
That part.
Oh.
You could duet it. You can duet it with someone. Ooh,
Okay.
wow. Ooh, wow. That
You
one.
could
People
like
go
mic out to
crazy.
the
Okay, I know
audience.
this
People
song
lose
now, I
their
know this
fucking
Yeah.
mind.
Another one that people love, Full House theme song. You do Full House theme song, karaoke,
Okay.
game over.
I'll say this:
How's
know
it
your
start again?
audience, because
Yes.
one time I did suggest at a karaoke party to my wife that she should do the Fresh Prince theme song because I was
Yes.
like, everyone likes that. The audience, slightly older, did not appreciate it. So,
All right.
got to be in an age range to appreciate it.
What if I don't know my audience?
Well, then
What
there's
if I have-
one. I have one suggestion that gets across every time. Okay, the
Mhm.
first two that I've suggested can go either way. I think, like Reeves was saying,
Uh-huh.
you do Full House theme song. Some people are like, "I was a Family Matters kid." You do Barbie Aqua. Some people are like, "I don't know this song." If
Mhm.
you do the Star Spangled Banner at karaoke, you're a fucking hero, man. People
All right.
will remember that forever.
All right. I'll check that out.
Oh, say, can you and really fucking
Yeah.
draw it out.
And they
Like,
have
go-
to pay attention.
Yes, if they're
It's
not looking
illegal
at you,
not to.
remind them that this is our nation's anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
I often do, and this is maybe where I'm going wrong. I just go for like a thing that I know that I like singing, which is like Benny and the Jets.
Yes.
oh no, people don't like that shit. You do
Yeah,
Benny
they
and the
hate
Jets,
that.
people gonna be so mad.
But
You do
I'm in there.
fucking you do like Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, people are gonna fucking boo you off the fucking
Yeah.
stage.
Okay.
Fuck
This
this
is
no
what
one-
happened to me.
Fuck.
No one fucking likes that song. We fucking
Okay.
hate that song.
Yeah. Everyone hates
You-
it. People
You
hate
do that one
Queen.
song that goes "Sweet Caroline," Papa. People go, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
No.
I've noticed that a lot.
No! Stop it! Worst time of their lives you do that
Yeah.
song. No one's happy. You know what song I did once with Gabe? Me and Gabe did Gabe Payton, friend of the show, who's never been on. We did Boys to Men. The sex one.
Mhm.
People like that.
Okay. These are all
But
good
yeah,
raps.
Star Spangled Banner,
Star Spangled.
Barbie doll, Aqua.
Barbie doll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go party. Let's go party.
Yes, Full House theme song. Can't
Yes.
those 3?
Mhm.
If you fill out, that's your set list. You set them
So I have a
out,
question
space them
for you.
out.
I have a question
Crush.
for you. What if you're with a group of people at karaoke and they have instituted a rule where they have veto power? Where they essentially will look at the list, and if you put a song on there that they don't want, they'll say, nope.
And they have the option to
Here's-
be the big fat guy from BAM. Yeah, veto power. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
Here's
Veto
great
Mojo.
reference.
Bad.
Here's how you circumvent that.
about. Rest in peace.
Bring R.I.P. brother. Rest in power. Big veto.
Rest in powder.
Here's how you circumvent that. Insist that you do your own song, like one that you wrote.
Yes.
Oh,
Because they
I forgot
won't
I could
know
bring
it.
a written song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring a written song.
You just give the sheet music to the DJ and say,
Mm.
keep up with the tempo.
Yeah. Try and keep up. Just try.
So I wrote a song called Penny and the Jets because that's how much I bet on the Jets.
Mhm.
So I just go, it's basically the same. but
Penny
it's just
on the
called-
Jets.
It's called Penny on the Jets. You know, it's like, hey kids, shake it loose together. The spotlight's hitting something. It'll change the weather. You know, I'm doing the whole thing. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, now I gotta go to DraftKings all around. You know, I'm talking about
Mhm.
the bets I gotta put.
Yes.
And then it's like, what should we do? I'm putting a penny on the Jets.
I love that.
Uh,
Yeah. I think that'd go over really well.
I think it would. I think it
think-
would crush. I think you'd make more friends. There would be a lot of engagement, I feel like, throughout.
Yes. And that's the
Yes.
whole point of karaoke is engagement.
A
Mhm.
lot
I
of
think
people
more
looking at me
folks
like,
should do parodies of songs while they're doing karaoke.
Yes.
Sing maybe you do Jingle Bells, but you do the Batman Smells version. Really
Mhm.
bring the fucking
Mhm.
house down.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Reeves, last week, I don't know if you caught the I don't know if the listeners caught the Easter egg of my joke that failed last week, but it was I don't think it's what you wrote in the group chat.
Oh no.
I think
What
it was
it?
my trying to play on the words of being tired. I was just listening to it the other day and I was like, oh yeah, that joke that should have died, and I'm so glad that it did. I don't think anyone heard it.
But you can't reference it now?
I just had it in my head, and all this karaoke talk made me lose it because I am now thinking about writing a song called "Papa Penny on the Jets."
Anyone heard from Tom lately?
Jamal, did you hear from Tom at all?
I did not hear from Tom this week. Probably because your boy was out of the country, fucking jet setting.
That's
So,
right. Yeah.
I did
Trying to
not
came by
hear from
again with
Tom
that
this week.
balloon. Jamal cannot
Um,
turn down a hot air balloon ride.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was on a hot air balloon in another country traveling around. So I did not hear back from anything from Tom, but I also had an out of office on.
Okay.
Yeah, do
So-
you use the same one internally as you do externally?
Yeah, I put it on everything. It just
That's
says
smart.
So
it
it's
says stop
fucking
emailing me. I'm not here, dumbass.
Hmm. And that works. People stop.
Yeah. Everyone
That's
stopped after the
interesting.
first one.
Because I heard from Tom
Uh-oh.
and talking about out of office notifications.
Uh-oh.
At night I set my phone.
Yep.
Starting at somewhere between 3:30 and 4 p.m. I set my phone to
Sleep.
no notifications, sleep mode.
Do not
Just
disturb. Yep.
Do not disturb me.
sleepy
I
mode.
am asleep.
I'm
Mhm.
going sleepy mode on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't turn it back on until 11:30 a.m. the next day.
Fully
You got a
awake.
nice little sliver of time that you can contact me in
Mhm.
between. I'm not there, and I will not respond to anything that has been sent prior in those different
No.
times.
No.
But somehow Tom managed to break through my do not disturb.
He's got his ways.
Oh, there's a song. Break on through to the other side. Use that in karaoke. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Do, like,
Gary,
do a parody of that. Crush.
and it's all about your phone. Yeah, hopefully someone's writing down all these ideas and our fans aren't stealing them before we
Yeah.
execute them.
Please don't steal this, guys.
But so Tom, somehow he broke through my do not disturb, and at 2 a.m., this was like a week or two ago, he texted me. Would you guys like to hear the text exchange we had?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's pretty applicable to the season and kind of what's going on right now. So I'll read it to you guys. You let me know how you feel about it. Here we are. So this message was sent. His first message was sent at 2 a.m. Tom, help,
Oh,
Reeves.
no.
And I sent a question mark. Tom, you up? LOL. Reeves, it's very late, Tom. What's wrong? Tom, I'm in trouble.
Oh,
Reeves,
no.
what happened? Tom, arrested in Paris. No reason given. Without authority. Please send at least $500,000 cash for bail now, please and thank you. Tom sends the Obama money gif.
Okay.
Reeves,
One of my favorites.
what did you do? I can't do that. Can't your family or lawyer help you? Tom, this isn't a family matter. This isn't a legal matter. This is, and this is in all caps, a professional matter.
Oh, no.
Reeves, just because you produced the pod doesn't mean I should have to bail you out of jail. Tom, please help. I'll die in here. Foreign prison is a nightmare. The lamb shank I had for lunch was overdone.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That shit's gotta be medium.
Yeah, or you got to throw it out.
Yeah. Ugh.
Reeves,
Trash.
that doesn't sound too bad. Tom, all caps, I could have died. Tom, please send money now. Thanks, thanks, thanks. There's no space in between the thanks. And then it ends with a kissy emoji. Reeves, I'm going back to bed. Tom, wow. Did the walkabout we spent together mean nothing to you? The time we spent being vulnerable with one another, learning about one another, supporting one another,
Shared
becoming
history.
basically brothers.
Blood
I
brothers.
confess to you, it was my dream to own a little log cabin in the Appalachian Mountains where I could just fish and hunt and cook all in peace. You confessed to me your dream to be a movie actor. And I promised you that with all of my heart and all of my Hollywood powers, I would do whatever I could to get you a part in the second season of The Bear as that main dude's other shorter brother. You and I came together despite our differences in background and upbringing. You being a white ass bitch and me being FBI.
This is all in the
Parenthetical.
text?
This is all in a text. This is a very long one. After the FBI, there's a parenthetical that says its own race BTW.
Big, tall, white guys?
I think he is talking about full-blooded Italian.
Okay.
And then I respond, that never happened. Tom, you're gaslighting me. Tom, this is just like when you told me I wasn't allowed to wear my Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Reeves, no, I said you can't wear your My Black Life Matters t-shirt. Tom, all caps, that's unconstitutional. So 20 minutes pass. At this point, I'm going back to bed. I'm like, I'm not dealing with
As
this.
you should, yeah.
It's
This
late.
is like a typical Tom exchange that we
ridiculous.
encounter, where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what he really wants from me. What's really going on?
the
That's why I
Italian
want
boy
the
who's cried
email.
wolf.
The email is better because you don't have this back and forth with him.
Exactly. And this is exhausting. I got other things
Yeah.
I got to be doing.
Yeah.
And it's like sleeping. Okay, so 20 minutes pass. Tom sends a zoomed in, blurry image with red arrows. Reeves, I can't see what that is. Tom sends another image. It's a zoomed out picture of the attack on the Capitol with
no.
arrows pointing to a white man in a red hat.
Oh no.
Tom, this you? Reeves, no. Tom, where were you on January 6th, 2021? Reeves, DC. Tom, I rest my case. Tom, Judge Judy gif. Reeves, good night, Tom. Tom, no. Okay. So a lot of okays. Tom, just send like 250,000 US dollars. Also, send a feature in Food and Wine magazine. Also, send an appearance in the Food and Wine Classic in Aspen. Please send
No.
all now to France. Thank you.
Oh no.
Tom, or this is me, Reeves. Tom, did you lose the prize this season? Tom, it was stolen in all caps from me. Reeves, how? Tom, I bet the entire Top Chef prize on what would be the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Reeves, what? Like what? Like question mark.
Yeah.
Tom, I went all in, Reeves. All in on Taylor Hicks' new single, Porch Swing. I just kind of send like an ellipse, like this is ellipses, like a bunch of dots. Tom, he was due. I have a system. Trust me, the numbers don't lie. I just need a loan so I can go doubles, baby cakes. This is an airtight system. Trust me. And then he writes trust a million times,
Yeah.
no spaces. I write, good night. Tom, no, lots of O's. Tom then sends the angry Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street gif. He then sends the Leo in Wolf of Wall Street counting money gif. He then sends the one in Wolf of Wall Street where they're all chanting "One of Us," and then he sends the Leonardo DiCaprio all in Wolf of Wall Street. Then he sends the one of DiCaprio dancing in Wolf of Wall Street, and then he writes "This me." And then another 20 minutes pass. Again, I'm like done with this.
Right?
I definitely am asleep at this point.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes pass and he writes, "Have you seen it?" And then he writes, "So good." And then that's it. I haven't responded after that because I feel like engaging is bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is why I preferred the email version of Tom, because it's like he has to get it all out in one instance. He can't just hold my attention, hold my time. So
Yeah. He has that thing on his email that doesn't let him send 2 emails back to back.
yeah.
I have a quota on my email of like filtering. So it's like if he sends more than one, it just goes to spam.
Yeah, and he's like, I know this is spam.
Yeah.
Get this out of here.
Wow. You know, that's an amazing text exchange. I never thought about we should maybe release some of the text exchanges we've had with Tom.
I mean, there's so many. It just felt like I said, this was applicable to what's going on now with Top Chef.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but we have so many.
Before?
Yeah, we have ones that are just like about everything, like stuff that's happened.
I've got stuff that would probably
years
get him
ago.
canceled. The stuff he talks to me about. So,
Well, yeah, he sends different gifts to you. A lot of Leo gifts to Reeves. To you, it's a lot of like.
Yeah, I get a lot of Denzel in like the movie where the Equalizer, Denzel.
Yeah,
Denzel Equalizer. Gifts.
You get that fences. You get that fences gift.
I get fences
Denzel.
gift. I get the color purple gift. I get do the right thing stuff. I get like Philadelphia. It's all Denzel movie stuff.
Yeah.
He sent me a John Q gif once, with the one where Denzel's angry because they're not helping his son. He's like, this could have been us.
It's a lot of that, like
Yeah,
sending
a lot of
gifts and trying to
Yeah.
relate it to the
Yeah.
relationship he has with
Yeah.
you, or
And
being
it was
like,
set-
"This is just what I am." Yeah.
Whenever Tom wants to play basketball, he'll send me the "he got game" gif
Mm-hmm.
and
of
he
just
said this.
Denzel
He said,
walking and like
"This
say
me."
check up. Yeah, he'll just say check up. He's like, and he's like, you want a ball?
Doesn't he also send you the white man can't jump gif? And he said, "Guess which one, me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He'll
you go,
send that one to me,
gift
the
is
one
just
where where Woody's trying to dunk and he can't do it,
Yeah.
and he'll say, "This you."
yeah. He mostly sends me gifs of like Wesley Snipes or Denzel Washington. He's like, and then he'll put this me right now. But I think I should share some of these text exchanges I've had with Tom.
We'll send
And
some
the
that won't
reason
get him
why-
in too much trouble.
Yeah, I'll send
Because
I'll
these are
find ones
private.
that are-
These are private.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He thinks he's just talking to me, so I'll share one, and hopefully it's like I can find one that's like PG rated, you know. But,
If people are worried that we are doing this and he thinks it's private and we're sharing these, you don't know Tom. He loves this shit.
yeah,
He wants this shit out there. Like, he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's eloquent. Like, he loves people hearing his words all the time. So he's gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a great thing that
was an amazing. Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present
Those
it
are
as if we're
rules.
presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a vote at the end and the winner will be declared. I will go first. Chefs, I did not prepare for you, but I did consume for you.
Ooh.
Airplane chicken, broccoli, mashed potatoes with cheese bread and an apple cake dessert with 2 servings of white wine.
2 servings of white
2.
wine.
Wow.
To the air was the
Marshal, Air Marshal.
name? Yeah, the air marshal came by and was handing out stuff
I love it when they do that.
during
Yeah.
the service, and he had his gun out. He's like, "You want anything to drink?" I was like, "No, I'm good." And he pulled out his gun. He said, "Do you want anything to drink?" I
He
said,
says,
"White wine,
"Mhm."
please."
He said, "Don't tell anyone it's
Yeah.
me."
Yeah, He said,
You
"White
can't tell
wine?
anyone.
Good."
They're understaffed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gave me white wine, and then they came back with another service, and I was like, "Oh, I'm good." And he just put white wine on my, like another one on my chair, and
Lifted
he,
his
gave me the
shirt.
thumbs up. Yeah,
Lifted his shirt, showed you the piece.
yeah.
He goes, he said, "If I shoot this thing in the air, we all go down. So you better fucking drink." You puncture a hole in that plane, man. That thing's going down. I've seen movies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, you don't
Gonna
want
have
to,
to.
but it happens.
Okay, so I've heard a lot about airplane food. Jerry
Mhm.
Seinfeld won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
Also, his love for teenage girls.
Do you want to keep that in?
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Find me? Allegedly, except it's true. But Jerry, if you're out there, I'd love to meet you. Huge fan.
fan. We'll get coffee.
Seinfeld, fantastic show. Yeah, let's drive in a cool car. How was this airplane food?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Well-
the deal with it? I might say.
I don't know if it's because I was so sleep deprived and hungry in general, but it was
Drunk off
very
white
good.
wine.
It was very good.
Very good.
Oh.
Yeah, the hot dish was very good. They also gave you like some tapas, like a stuffed pepper, 2 little stuffed peppers with some kind of cheese I couldn't place because I'm not very good with the softer cheeses. I'm good with the melty cheeses, but that was not very good. And then they had olives that felt like they weren't very fresh. I ate some olives and I was like, these don't feel very fresh. In my mouth, they tasted stale, and I was like, not a big fan of this. But the chicken, the broccoli, the mashed potatoes for like a reheated airplane meal hit the spot.
Wow.
And I don't know what the sauce was that was on the chicken, but it was very good.
It had a sauce.
Yes, and then they came back and gave you your dessert, which was a little square of apple cake, right? I had apple cake in Romania, and it was awful. Like, had no flavor, nothing, right? But this apple cake, I was like, let's go for round 2. This one had way more flavor than the restaurant's version of an apple cake. And I was like, I don't know what that restaurant's doing, but they should come on the airline and take these and just make it their dessert. It's much
smart.
better.
And I think this is a testament to Top Chef and the challenge they do where they make them do airline food for them.
Yep.
That it's like,
It
it
was
is
elevated.
permeating its way into the
Yeah.
airlines. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But not into Romania.
I'll be honest with you, that is what I thought when I was eating. I was like, this is like the Top Chef thing.
they fit this into that little tiny oven. I've seen the
Oh,
oven.
I forgot. They also came by. I completely forgot. They also came by and gave you another
Pretzels.
snack, which was a small little one serving pizza with tomatoes, like whole tomatoes on top.
Oh,
A little
So, like,
margarita
small,
pizza.
small tomatoes on top, and I was like, "This is very good." Forgot
Wow.
about that.
that sounds nice.
Do you want to drop this airline's name so people know what they can fly if they want to eat some dope food?
KLM, Dutch Airlines, whatever. I don't know
The
their-
Dutch are the Dutch do
Yeah.
it right.
Oh yeah,
Mhm, they know how to fly.
yeah. On the way there, they gave you a hot cheese Danish right before you landed in Amsterdam.
Wow. Right before
yeah.
you land.
Like 2 hours before you land.
Stick
Right
this in your
before.
mouth.
Right
But
before.
Quick.
yeah.
You gotta
Stick
eat
this
it
in your mouth.
fast. We're
Yeah.
going down in 2 hours. You gotta
It's
fucking
too
finish
hot.
this.
They won't let you out. Chefs, I procured for
Ooh,
you
baby.
a little slash run, baby boy. So this is a burger joint that's very close. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's some distance from where I live. I
He
don't
lives
want
above
any of
it.
those people to find me. And I got the south of the burger with avocado, a little jalapenos, pepper jack cheese. It had
course.
tortilla chips in it, which at first I was like, you know what? First of all, normally I'm a classic guy with burgers. I go any place I go, I usually go whatever the classic thing. I'll just get that. But I've been here before, so I was like, you know what? I'll try something new. And kind of at the tail end when I ordered it, I was like, tortilla chips. I was like, that sounds terrible. But they like cut them. They were like thin, very thin and small, so it didn't like overpower the burger, and it gave it a little crunch. It was good. Good amount of spice too.
Love a crunchified sandwich. You get fries with that, or what was your side?
We shared a small waffle fry basket, which was significantly large. And it was okay. The burger was good. I would get that burger again.
I'm not a fan of waffle fries.
Oh, why is that?
I think it's too unless they're really crunchy. I'm not a fan. I feel like they're too soft.
They can be soft.
They
I want
can
a
be
crisp,
soggy
I want a
quick.
crisp fry.
I know people love when talk about my wife, but my wife and I actually had a conversation this past week.
Sounds
About-
so serious already.
Well, yeah, it was. I thought this was going to be the one. She's finally going to tell me to get lost. We were discussing the spectrum of fries and how fancy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I suggested that the fanciest fry is the like thick cut, like shoestring kind of fry,
Mhm.
because that's what
Okay.
usually has like a little bit of potato on it. If you ever go to a restaurant and you order like truffle fries, there it's like those fries. They never do a truffle waffle fry. They never do a
No.
truffle like
Yeah.
tater tot. Like I think that's the like
They never do a truffle wedge.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. The high quality fry is going to be like the thicker cut waffle fry, and they'll do stuff with that. And I think, or not, sorry, shoestring fry. I think waffle cut's pretty far down the ladder as
Yeah.
far as like fanciness goes. It's just like a fry. There's nothing special done to it.
Bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
If I go to a Michelin star restaurant, they give me waffle fries. I think, what the fuck is going on back there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it does seem like even within the scope of like fast food restaurants, it feels like the ones that do waffle fries are somehow lower on the totem pole. But I still like them more. I don't know. I guess Chick-fil-A does it, and Chick-fil-A could be considered higher.
Here's how I would elevate a waffle fry. I would make a new waffle iron that's a very small circle. Like it
Mhm.
has like 8 little small circles in there, and then I would liquefy potatoes and then cook them in the waffle iron. So it actually is a waffle fry.
Just one
Ooh.
each time.
You get one big.
Yeah, just doing one. No,
Yeah.
I'm making like 8 small ones at a time, and I bring them out, and then you dust them with whatever seasoning, and it's like this is a waffle fry. It looks like an actual waffle, but it's just smaller.
Mm.
And
That'd
maybe
be
you could
good.
put the whole thing in your mouth at one time if you want, or you could put something on top of it. You could put your ketchup in one of the little squares that's in there.
Ooh, that's fun.
I like that.
That's how I would elevate a waffle
Yeah,
fry.
it needs to be elevated because it's definitely the bottom. I think
Mhm.
it's pretty low down the
Yeah.
down the barrel. Okay, chefs. Last night I procured for you pizza. Jeez. My wife and I got in from our trip last night, and we were like, I don't want to cook, which is most nights anyway. and we just ordered a pizza pie. Cheese, a pizza pie.
Nice. Got the right pizza. No issues with the delivery.
Mhm.
Nope. Yeah, well, I picked it up, and
Okay,
it wasn't from
that's fine.
Domino's. It was from a place called Little Pizza Heaven. It's a pun there.
Oh.
It's a little truck. That's pretty good pizzas, and that's where we've been going lately.
So you picked it up from the truck?
Yes,
Okay.
They
which is
couldn't drive
weird
over
because
to your
it's
house?
on it's on wheels. It goes
Yeah.
by to me.
So you were like, when you do the location, does it change like every
I had to
couple
chase
hours?
him. Yeah, I had to like
Yeah.
follow him down, and
Okay.
it was like a stagecoach heist. And I'm like hanging. It's like I'm doing an Indiana Jones, and I'm hanging out the side of my car. I'm like, hand me the pizza.
Mhm.
He's like, I don't think it's safe. I'm like, trust me. And he goes, da 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 da. And I grab the pizza.
You're
Get back
leaning
in
out
the car.
your shoulders rubbing up against the rocks on the
Mhm.
side. He's
Mhm.
leaning out with the pizza in his hand. He throws it like a frisbee.
Nazis are behind me for some reason. I don't know
Mhm.
why.
Well, it's the times.
Yeah. Okay, we got to vote.
Let's vote.
All right, I'll go first. I'm voting for Reeves and his
Okay.
south of the burger.
Thank you for your vote. I appreciate it. And I am going second, and I'm going to vote for Jamal because I support our airlines, our frontline workers on the airlines.
It's not our airlines. It's the Dutch
Mhm.
airline. But
Heroes work
Even
here.
better. They're heroes.
And I'm going to vote for Jamal also. I think the fact that you had a good airplane meal is worth winning this election.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it takes, I guess, huh? For
It's all it
Black
takes.
Nation to win. This is what
Fly
it takes. I
around
gotta
the world.
gotta go
Mhm.
travel the world to get
Mhm.
finally get the votes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. That's the fin. We'll be right back after this.
Pawn Shop.
Let's talk about Awesome Con real fast, huh?
Please, we have to plug it.
We have to welcome back to Pod Chef. This is official Top Chef podcast. We got to talk about Awesome Con. It's next week, next Friday, June 16th. It's the Juneteenth weekend. We're getting there early.
You have to
We-
look. If you don't show up, we've told you. You heard us fill
Yeah.
out the form.
Yeah. If you're going to be at Awesome Con, please come check us out at 2:30 p.m. in room 209 at Awesome Con in Washington, D.C. We will be there, and we'll be doing a live show with special guest Sean Westfall.
And
Oh
the
my
sous
goodness.
chefs
They're
love
arguing.
that idea.
And
Yeah.
Well,
they
one
just
loves
found
it,
out the
one
news.
hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
We
like,
just
I
found
thought
out
you were
the
going to get
news.
a real Top Chef. And then to that I say, we tried.
We tried. Didn't get any
It's
responses.
a lot of people don't like to answer Instagram messages, is what I've found out.
Yeah, don't like to answer emails either.
Even when you drop names of people that you know, Gabe Payton,
Yeah.
friend of the show, never been on. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And to any of the fans out there that are maybe heard the time and were maybe thinking like, well, is there a virtual option considering this is in the middle of a workday? The answer is no. You must go in person. You
Yeah.
must leave your job.
Take
you
some
must take
PTO.
annual leave. Yes.
Take some PTO. Come on down.
Mhm. You deserve it.
You deserve it. Take PTO and spend upwards of $75 on a one-day pass
Mhm.
and come listen to the podcast and then go walk around the exhibit. I mean, come on.
If you
Come
come
on.
and are in the audience, you will be on the pod in some way. I
Yes,
guarantee that.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
If you're one of the handful of people who might be in the room, you will be involved in the pod. You may be a second guest.
Mhm.
We're assuming you have little tiny hands too for
Yeah.
a handful that's gonna be there. These are little
Yeah.
hands. My dog's just doing. I think someone's here.
Oh no! Do you need to
Oh.
check? There's an intruder.
Yeah. Is there an intruder? Is that a guest chef?
God, I hope so. Really, could really use that.
All right. That's our
Yeah.
Awesome
Again,
Con.
Awesome Con. We're in room 209. What does that mean? I don't know. The time is 2:30 p.m.
Mhm.
That's Eastern on Friday, June 16th. Like these guys said, use PTO. Tell your boss you're working remotely, and then take a
Mhm.
long lunch.
Yep.
Maybe
So-
we'll feed you.
Yeah. Maybe.
We
So
know
that's
what
what
we're
we're gonna
doing.
Mhm.
All right, let's talk about this. Top Chef season 20, episode 14. We're at the finale. Episode title is Finn. We're at the finale. It's a very simple finale. The chefs had to cook the best 4-course progressive meal of their lives. Also, thank you for making a progressive meal.
Mhm. It's time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy that.
It's
I don't
time
like,
for
I'm tired of
progressive
these
meals.
traditional meals, you know.
Which is basically what they've done all season is traditional meals. It's
And
like
now
I
they're
think we
doing
could get a little
progressive
progressive here.
So
I
each
love the
finalist-
opening, by the way. Each one of them kind of telling their story and like
Yep.
bigging up like what we're going to see the episode and what it means to them to win. Like I love that. I think it was,
It was
good.
an anime recap. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Each
I do
finalist-
also love that. Sorry, doing things that we loved. Rose and Thorn. My rose for me was that they would have the judges say you win. You know, they'd say their name, and for Buddha it was 8 times, and then for Sarah and Gabri it seemed to be 1 time each.
Kind of set
Really
the stage for who
hammered
might
in
win,
there.
who might really deserve to be in the finals. So yeah, each finalist received help from one of the sous chefs, one of the last 3 eliminated competitors, Ali, Tom, or Amar, and we can discuss that they brought back 3 dudes if you want. But I went back through and was thinking about, well, who from the ladies would you bring back? But they've all been eliminated very quickly, so they've been gone for.
Were these
quite some
not the
time.
last 3 eliminated?
These were.
Okay.
So, but my question was, if you're looking at him of like, 3 dudes got brought back, they didn't bring back any of the lady contestants, but most of them were gone a fairly long time ago. And
Do you think they got to go to Paris?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Usually they bring everyone.
Yeah, usually.
You
I
think
don't know.
Victoire got to go to Paris?
Victoire probably did want to go to Paris.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, usually it's like everyone is there at the end, but I don't know. It's kind of a little different now, so maybe they could only like. And I mean, from what I'm hearing, there's problems with money, so maybe they could only fly out a couple of people.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So,
But
Buddha, go ahead.
I was gonna say Tom does show up, and we get Tom. Hello, Tom. Hi, Tom. Fucking
Hilarious.
every
Fuck
time.
you guys.
So let's talk about who they're paired up with after they drew the knife block. Buddha, Ali. Buddha was assisted by Ali. Gabri was assisted by Tom, and Sarah was assisted by Amar. And she picked first, and she was like Amar, and then I was like, okay, does she know about his politics?
She should have, before picking, asked who here knows how to cook liver, and in a way where it's not underdone. Like, who knows how to do that? And Amar would probably not have raised his hand.
Do we think it was his fault? We can talk about it later.
We can talk about it.
We can talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
So
We'll talk
they
about it
break
later.
up
We'll
their
talk
pairs
about this later.
We're
We'll
not
talk about
discussing
it
now.
later.
Talk about this later in the car.
When we are
Stop
in the
what
car.
you're doing. Stop it right now. Stop. You're embarrassing me. Stop it.
Is this
Don't
what you want?
talk about cooking the liver now. Talk about it in the car. Back later.
You want your father to see you like this? Your father to see you like this? I'm gonna tell him when you get in the car. Oof. We'll talk
So,
about it later.
Did you guys notice how close they were sitting next to each other on the stairs when they did that pan out? I thought they were sitting far away from each other at the top when they broke out and started talking about their ideas, but they're literally within earshot of each other
Very
yeah.
on the
close.
stairs.
Yeah.
I always like that the shots of them, like especially in the finale when it's like the person is explaining to the sous chef their whole vision, because it was like, especially with Gabri, like Tom, every time they cut to him, he was like just rubbing his forehead, like
Yeah,
his
that's what I
face just,
wanted
like-
to talk about.
Yeah.
Tom's face when he's listening to Gabri was concerning me. I was like, is he into this or no?
I couldn't tell if it was just like a German thing, which I guess we're allowed to do because Gabri does it. So let's talk about Germans, folks. Gabri says that he's funny even though he's German. So if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's
not
okay.
sure if it was just like that's what my face is, or oh boy, this is a. Oof.
He seems stressed. Like that was what he was projecting. But yeah, maybe that's just baseline German. And it could also be that Gabri was like, here's the stuff I'm going to do. You have to do all of it. I'm just going to focus on the beans, really. That's all I'm going to do. And that stressed him out.
Yeah.
Is this one's? I guess we're in the what? At some point, Sarah says something that is truly that people should be worried about. She says that when she was pregnant, all she craved was livers. Livers. She doesn't say who it's from, how she got it,
How she got him,
prepared or not prepared.
raw or not.
Livers. When I was pregnant, both times, all I craved was livers, which means, and people who have been pregnant know this, that's what the baby wants.
Mm-hmm. A nice
So
liver.
somewhere
A
there are
sliver
two
of liver.
babies who crave liver.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And what kind of liver?
We don't know.
Chicken? Nah.
No,
Beef?
too gamey.
Nah. Duck? Nah.
You wish. Veal? No.
Human? Ding,
Maybe.
ding, 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 ding.
That might be it.
Ding,
Do you
ding,
think
ding,
there's
ding,
a
ding, ding.
convention for cannibals similar to like Carnival where it's cannibal?
If there's not, there should
Cannibal.
be.
There should be.
Everyone's
Cannibal.
naked, but it's like to want to eat
Just the-
them.
Yeah, you're like you're in a meat market basically. So they go shopping.
Mhm.
This is when also we learn that Buddha is the obvious choice for winning this show when he explains that he's American, one parent from Hong Kong, one parent from Malaysia, and also Australian.
Hmm.
He is the world all-star.
He literally
is
is
the
the world
world.
all-star.
And it fit perfectly. He had for each 4 dishes, he could represent a different country, and he
Mhm.
clearly had planned this out. Maybe I don't know, 17 years
Yeah.
ago. So
When he first started watching Top Chef.
yeah.
Did
he
you
was
guys
prepared for it.
catch what when he says that he draped an Australian flag around himself, and he said someone said he's not Australian? Did he call him a butcher? He said some
white
some
butcher.
butcher.
Yeah,
Some
it was a
white
butcher, I think.
Is that
Which
slang for something in Australia?
I just
I
assumed
think
it was
meat-
literally a
yeah.
butcher.
I thought it was a meat packer.
He was just like at a restaurant. He was like,
Yeah.
I googled butcher Australian slang, and it said that it's this isn't right. It said that it's like British rhyming slang for
Cockney?
like look over there.
Yeah,
for like
alright.
I'm not sure what it rhymes with, but it's like over there. Like, so if you say like I want to have a butcher, it's like look over there.
Mhm.
Doesn't seem right for what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing
No.
cockney.
I think it was a
rhyming
real
slang.
butcher. I think
Yeah.
he was chopping meat, and he was like, "Hey, you're not Australian.
Yeah,
Back
you're
to
not
chopping
Australian.
meat,
Yeah.
cutting this kangaroo in half."
Get that flag off your neck. You're not from here. Like, well, actually, I am.
Actually, you want to know what?
Actually, I am. And be careful who you're talking to, because I'm going to be on Top Chef. And I'm going to tell them about this one day.
I'm gonna buy and sell your ass one day.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
own you.
$250,000 maybe if Tom can find the money.
Yeah. He's going to go
That's
back and find
He said
that
he's
guy and be
good
like,
for it. He
"Did
said
you
he's
see
good
me
for
win?"
it. He's gonna find
see
that
me
guy.
win?
Look, that guy's gonna be 100 years old on his deathbed.
All right, let's talk about this. They get back to cooking in the kitchen, and Gabri's walking around and sprinkled grasshopper on Sarah's tongue.
Yeah.
He missed.
It goes
It-
everywhere. It goes
Yeah.
all
None
over
of
the
it-
floor.
all over the
None of
floor.
it got in her mouth, and she was like, good."
Yeah. She's like, what
Yeah.
was that? It was a grasshopper. And she like,
Cuts
was
back
made-
to her.
Mm.
A shot from like 3 days prior of her looking surprised.
It didn't go anywhere near her
Yeah.
mouth.
Hmm. The humble
Tom.
grasshopper.
Yum.
Tom predicted that Gabri was going to burn his beans, and
Yep.
he's like, "Buy more beans. You always
Dude.
burn them." Ha 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 ha. But then he does burn them. And he's
Cannot
like,
stop burning beans.
I think Gabri's a good chef, but I'm not sure he belongs in this final.
I think this episode solidified to me that he is a solid chef.
He's a
And
good
there's
chef.
like little things
Yeah,
that he could
Other
do.
chefs do better.
I think
Yes.
he's there though. They loved his flavors.
I think Ali
He-
should have been in the final.
I
over Gabriel.
probably. I think. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a roll of the dice sometimes with certain people making the final, but I'm glad he was there. For on one side, it's also like he's entertaining. He gives good
Mhm.
reactions, very honest, and it's like you need that because a lot of times the people that make the final are just the best people, and they're kind of like bland and boring. So I like it for that sense, and then also like he represents another part of the world, which I think
Yeah.
is maybe what they were thinking would happen. Is it's going to be like, oh, Middle Eastern versus Mexico versus all these things like in the final, and it's like not really what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ali would have been good too. Yeah, I Gabri's he was like a wild card, and even up until the end, I was like, is he gonna win this thing? Because they haven't said anything negative, and then once they got the judge table, I was like, oh no, probably not.
He didn't
But-
beef it for sure. He
Mm-mm.
like he brought it. He didn't
He
like
brought it.
fail.
He
Yeah.
went
You know.
full Mexican.
Yeah.
I was worried that he was gonna. I think I mentioned this in the last episode that like British Bake Show where that woman like ate it in the final. I was worried
Mhm.
that's what was gonna happen. It didn't. He brought it. He just wasn't up to the other two.
Yeah.
Tom comes in and does his most normal small talk of the season, I think. Where he actually was just having an actual cordial conversation with the chefs.
Mhm.
and there was
What are you
no
doing?
funny quirk about it. And I was like, Tom, you're missing your opportunity to like put your
He's got
stamp.
senioritis. He's
Yeah.
got senioritis.
Mhm.
He's phoning it in.
You
Yeah.
could put your stamp on this finale. Then I'm sitting there thinking, like, did Padma tell everyone before the finale, right before they started filming, like, this is my last finale, right?
She definitely knew because she started crying when she
Yeah,
was
she
just
started
talking about
crying.
it being over.
Yeah, and I was
the
like,
season is over, and I'm
Yeah.
so sad. We're never gonna see each other again.
I'm gonna see you in
Tom-
like 4 months.
Yeah.
She was
Ooh.
holding back. Gave a little
Tom-
speech at the end too.
Yeah.
We know what was going on.
To all of production, it felt like the show was ending.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
production was there. We've never seen production except for when
Well,
they
it
run into
probably
someone
is
cut their
for her.
finger.
Yes.
She's like, if I'm not on the show doesn't exist.
It's gonna be tough. I
Yeah.
think she's kind of the draw.
I was talking about it, not to like go on this tangent here, but I was talking about it with my wife of like who fills in for her. And I don't think they could get her, but I feel like Kristen would be a really good seamless fit. She's a good host. She's an alum. She brings a lot to the table, but she's got so many things going on. I don't think she would do it.
Yeah.
She has her own shows and stuff like that.
And does she want to eat elevated food for 2.5 months of filming? I don't know. I have no idea.
Probably not.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. So, Buddha, they go eat at the restaurant of that famous chef who's like one of the top 5 chefs in the world, and they eat off their hand.
But also
then-
claimed to. He's like, "Do you remember me? I chased you down in
Yeah.
Washington Square. Do you remember me?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." In her mind, she's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy who
That guy.
chased me down."
She kind of
Was you?
responded while looking at the floor, saying like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I remember that. I remember." He was like, "Remember, I had a knife in my hand and I was chasing you down.
We
I
had a
wanted
good
you to
time,
sign my
remember?
knife."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a picture where you're looking normal. Her face, she's like, she wished it was a video. She could like tap SOS. She's gonna do like
Yeah.
a hand signal, tap
Mhm.
SOS.
She made a face in that picture of like, I just came out here to shop.
I'm just
Can't I
here
shop?
in America. Please leave
Yeah.
me alone.
Yeah. Then I got this guy pretending to be Australian who came up to me.
Also, I loved. They're at this restaurant, and before they get to the restaurant, Tom Colicchio, head judge, top chef, to the 3 sous chefs, he goes, "You guys got the night off," which you would assume mean you're not working. But what it meant was you don't get to have fancy dinner with everyone.
No.
Yeah.
You guys get
So
to
they
take a
went somewhere else.
break. You don't need to go have a very nice meal with us. Take a
Yeah.
break from that kind of lifestyle. Go, eat out of the gutter. I don't
Yeah.
know, do whatever it is you're gonna do.
Yeah, you're in Paris. Go
The
eat out
trough,
of the gutter.
trough
We're gonna
for
put in the
ya.
work. Eat
Go
food
find
off our
some-
hands.
Yeah. Oh man. So Buddha has his back-to-back face on when they drive to the final cook, and they get in there and they immediately start getting down to business. So I think this episode, all the talking they're doing while they're cooking, it's kind of evident that the producers are like, "Come on, do it," because it doesn't seem like what you do normally. I feel like they would be nose down, just focused on prep.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that much talking. So
Yeah.
And the kitchen is also very crowded. You think about the 6 chefs there, and then they got like 2 film crews, if not more. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
get out of my way.
Not really big. I feel like that didn't come into play at all. They didn't mention like, oh, like that I didn't have enough time to put it on the stove because Buddha was using the stove. Like it seemed like that didn't factor
Yeah.
into like their overall.
Seemed like
Yeah.
they had
Cooking.
plenty of space to cook all at the same
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
So they started doing the courses. Let's do the courses. The first course was all right, and let's read the courses. The first course from Buddha: rainbow trout, potato, celery with caviar, clam violet, and butterfly oyster cracker.
This was a
For good-
clam. This was like a clam chowder. He said.
Mm-hmm.
For Gabri, the first course: sweet corn esquites with grasshoppers tostada, corn mushrooms, and lemon hollandaise.
I
And then
love
Sa-
esquites so much.
And then Sarah's first course was seafood couvillon with tomato water, which was very spicy, apparently.
Too spicy.
Bringing back the tomato water. And
Mhm.
when they get to judge table, they're like, this one's a wash. No
Yeah.
clear winner here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the second course. Second course, Buddha, red curry bisque with blue lobster, pickled squash salad, and ravioli dumpling. Gabri, sweet potato empanada with black bean filling and cheese foam. And then Sarah, veal liver and onions with cookie butter and figs. Now, let's talk about this. One, the Latin judge said this is not an empanada. And then Everyone else was like, "My veal is still alive.
Yeah,
my
it's
my liver is still pumping blood through it because it was undercooked."
So this is what decided the finale, basically.
Yeah,
yeah,
Because had this been cooked based on how they
Yeah.
it seemed like had it been cooked properly,
it may have
she
won.
would have won.
Yeah,
what it
But
seemed like.
this is where it kind of fell apart. Like, and so the winner for this one was probably Buddha.
hmm
Um, yeah, Padma
So
said
do
hers was still purple. Gross.
yeah.
hmm
Do we
Gross.
think that this was Amar's fault? The producers didn't make us think that. No one said it,
Mm.
but you do hear her say, "You're gonna cook the veal." But I think
Yeah.
he just puts it in the oven.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I watched it a couple times because I was trying to think. I was trying to identify if it was Amar's fault, and all you see is like they discuss the size in which they're going to cook it, and she
Mhm.
talks about like cut it large so it will cook faster, and then we will cut it afterwards. And then, and in hindsight, it probably should have been cut up a little bit more because it would have cooked through more.
yeah,
And then she even mentions like she should have taken it out, cut it earlier, let it rest, and then put it in flash.
finished it.
Yeah, finished it there.
In the salamander, she said.
Yeah, in a little salamander's mouth. You
Yeah,
stick it right
hot.
in, and it's so
Hottest
hot,
place you could
hot
do.
and spicy. Yeah. So it's the way that they show it. It seems like it was on her.
Yeah. And Buddha's gotten 2 knocks at this point for having like 2 saucy, heavy sauces without both needed citrus. They said
Mhm.
acid. But yeah, both back to back pour little soups over them. I felt was weird to do that back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, he was taking you on a trip around the world. They use sauces.
It's true,
Third
they do
course.
sauces.
Third course, Buddha, lamb with eggplant, pickled onions, and lo shui. Gabri, third course, chiles y nogada. Ground beef sausage, dehydrated fruit-filled poblano pepper with sauce of nuts. And Sarah, third course, burgoo with roulade of rabbit loin, boudin blanc, and crepinette with cornbread madeleine.
So she, based on their feedback, I think it
Crushed
was kind of like she crushed this.
Mhm.
But with Buddha right behind, there really wasn't, other than the liver part, there weren't any other dishes where they were like you ate it. Like any of them
Yeah.
Right.
did a bad
Yeah.
job. And I mean, all these this course in particular, everything looked really good. I was worried that she did too many things because it looked like a bunch of separate things that maybe weren't like unified in some way. But they explained, I think, like you crumble things up and then it kind of brings everything
Yeah.
together.
The cornbread into the little sauce, into
Yeah.
the whatever it was.
All right, let's do the
The-
fourth
yeah.
course. Buddha made what I thought was like a variation of sticky toffee pudding. He made lamington with raspberries, coconut bavarois, and raspberry jam. Gabri made chocolate tamale with hazelnut filling, hazelnut and goat cheese ice cream, and Sarah made English pea cake with pistachio butter, lemon curd, and buttermilk sorbet. And they
Which-
loved her pea cake.
They loved it. They
Like
didn't think they were going to
crazy.
like it. They loved it. Now, purely based on visuals, obviously we haven't tasted any of these visuals and what you know is in it. Which one are you guys picking?
I'm not picking Sarah's because it looked like a dish that someone had already eaten off of.
It
did
is
not
kind of like
look cake.
crumbles.
Yeah,
like might
It
have been
looked
the
like
floor.
someone left that on the plate. I
Yeah.
would pick Buddha's because I was like, I want to know what this rose tastes like. I want to know what the cake underneath tastes like. It just looked good.
I'm-
Eat with your eyes, folks. That one made me hungry.
Of course, it looks great. That's a Buddha, all of his molds and things. I'm torn because like I don't love hazelnut. I think it's overused. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's just give me fucking chocolate. But I love goat cheese, and the idea of hazelnut and goat cheese ice cream sounds. I really want to try that.
Yeah.
But also pistachio butter, lemon curd, and buttermilk sorbet sound great too. And I don't coconut's fine. Raspberry and that's like a flavor that I don't love. I don't know. I'd pick between Capri's and Sarah's, honestly.
I think I don't know, like a sweet tamale to me. I've never had, and that got me very excited. But I get that like the feedback on that was not enough texture. It was all kind of one note, a little bit mushy, everything, even though the flavors were there. And I am intrigued by a pea cake. Like, what does that actually taste
Vegetable
like?
dessert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be bad. I think that would get me. I think because I know it's not going to be bad. So I don't know. That sounds the like if I want to eat these chefs' food, I want it to be the riskiest shit that I've ever had in my life because I'm not gonna have that shit like anywhere else, you know.
Right.
So why not go for the craziest thing that I won't get somewhere else? I think chocolate tamal's also there in that category, but like what Buddha's did was like, yeah, those are flavors that I know.
Cabri's grasshoppers is very specific. You're not gonna get that most places.
Yeah, I bought grasshopper chocolate when I was in Mexico. Came in a little bar. Tasted
All right.
fine.
They go to judges table and now they start getting some real feedback on their dishes. Some good, some bad, some middle of the road.
Oh, I do want to quickly point out when Buddha finishes his last dish, he says, "We are done."
And then smoke goes everywhere.
Just the most just like basic, like, "We are done." Thanks.
We are done now. And that was the initial read from Arnold in Terminator 1. We are done.
Okay.
No, it's maybe say I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way that they try and show it doesn't seem like anyone, and they always do this, has anyone is like leading at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of feedback I feel like you get for Buddha, and they try and frame it as like Buddha versus Sarah. Is the liver enough to put Buddha over, or is that, because the other two they like so much that Sarah did, does that negate the liver cooking? Buddha plays like the way a Brian Voltaggio plays, but he just executes better. I don't know, or maybe he's just luckier. I don't know, but it's that same approach of very consistent fine dining with a lot of preparation, and it just like he always pulls it off.
Yeah, it felt, and I know it might not be this way, but they kept like emphasizing how good his his technique was. Technique, which like to me reads not a lot of heart there. Which like could be false just because, but when you like praise the technique so much and you see his food, it just looks like this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what you like. You like shapes. You like this. I'm sure it tastes great, but I don't know.
But I think technique can be part of your character, because if someone who focuses on technique, if they suck at it, then that's going to be what they're going to remember. You suck at technique, but he's good at technique, so he's like, well, I know what I'm good at. I'm gonna sharpen this skill. This is what my personality is going to come through on the plate through. I'm known for technique. Anyways, Buddha wins. Let's play the clip.
Chefs, at some point in your life, you decided to cook. It was just a passion that was burning inside of you, whether you learned from your farm in Mexico, or your mother's kitchen in Paducah, Kentucky, or your father's restaurant in Australia. And in a million years, you probably never thought that it would bring you, number one, to your first Top Chef season, and then World All-Stars. But only one of you will be crowned Top Chef, World All-Star.
This was a really tough decision. The first Top Chef World All-Star is Buddha. There you go, buddy.
2 for 2, baby.
This is
oh
when
my
Buddha,
God! Yes!
This is when Buddha started playing in his head Dr. Drake's back-to-back song. Going back to back.
Yep. So Buddha wins. He is now King Buddha.
Yeah, we do have to refer to him that way, King Buddha.
King Buddha.
He is the king. Tom gives a little rah-rah speech at the end. We talked about this earlier, where all the production is out there. He talks about how great Top Chef is. Blah 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 blah. We get it. Padma's still crying. So let's get into it. Buddha. Well, one, do we agree that Buddha deserves this season? Deserving winner?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Go
think it
back
makes
and
sense.
just look at what he did this season. He won 8 challenges.
Yeah.
Like, let me just look it up here.
They said 8, yeah. They said 8
1,
challenges.
2, 3, 4. Like Buddha, okay, he won technically 4, but he won also 8 quickfires. He won 8 quickfires and 8 challenges. He was only low twice.
And he won
And then-
Restaurant Wars.
Yeah, like he won Restaurant Wars 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
He has not been in low more than twice, and even that, weren't they like group ones?
Yeah,
so.
I think when
I
he
think
was
they
low,
were-
he was with
Yeah, I think one of them they were low. It was a group thing because
he
it was
brought
him,
Gabri to the finals. He
Gabri, and
single-handedly
Begonia. Yeah,
got Gabri to the finals. Begonia. Wow, that was this season.
There it is.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while. That was this season. Begonia.
So technically, he was only low one time, and like he just had got consistently good dishes and feedback. And it's like, I mean, no one else is doing that. I mean, everyone else. Let's look at this. The people who got to the finals, Gabri won one elimination challenge, and that was with Buddha. So let's put that where that belongs.
Yeah.
Sarah won the most recent elimination challenge. That's the only one she won. Everyone else who's been eliminated won 2 or less. This dude won 4 amongst all stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's competing with not just like random people who are thrown together for the show. They're like all top 3 or more finishers of Top Chef. Like he cooked them.
Yeah. So there it is.
Yeah.
Statistically, he is the best. He should have
He is
won.
King Buddha.
He is the king. My question now is he the GOAT? Is he the greatest of all time? Back-to-back winner.
Recency bias makes me think that, like, fuck, man, I want to see him face the like all-stars. Like,
Yes.
give me
Here's
the
what I'm
fucking
saying.
put him in with
Winners
the US
at
people.
war.
Yes.
They should do all winner season. Take it from
Oh, yeah.
Survivor, and we can
Yeah.
settle the debate.
Yeah.
All 20 winners.
I'd
Get
watch
the girl and the
fuck
goat
out
there.
of Ooh, all 20 winners? Hell yeah, dog. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Do it.
Like, oh man, Buddha against like, oof, let's think of some fucking matchups here. Oof. Against
Brooke.
Blaze?
Kristen, Blaze, girl and the goat. Yeah.
Can I just tell you how many points in the fantasy that Buddha had alone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want to say that Buddha finished with 47 points by himself, and that is more than Reeves' combined 6-person team.
Damn, dude. You gotta
Damn,
put
dude.
Buddha. You gotta buy Buddha for your fantasy teams.
Get him on there.
The final standings are my team had 96, Brian's team had 94.5, and Reeves had 46. So
Oh! Oh!
Fuck, dude.
So close.
damn. That
Fuck.
hurts.
yeah, there'll probably be a protest.
Yeah, you can expect me and all my friends
To storm the
to
kitchen.
I think there's a. Let me check the weather. There might be a storm coming.
Okay, where are they now?
Yes.
Gabri is on Cameo. You can check him out. Sarah has Fright House Food, which sounds very good. It's in Kentucky. It's all local Southern food from locally sourced farms and agriculture. It sounds great. And then Buddha is the executive chef at Marky's Caviar in New York, and also I think it's pronounced Husso's in New York. They all 3 are like Michelin, very fancy pantsy restaurants that he is the executive chef over. So go to all those and get Gabri on Cameo.
Out of those 3, who gets a show?
Gabri for
You
me.
think-
Gabri.
Way more
You think it's
interesting.
Gabri?
Yeah, not Buddha.
I was thinking Sarah.
Sarah would be
I could
nice.
watch Sarah. Wow, Freight House is a really great website.
Yeah, easy to follow. I know what it is. Good job making the website.
Yeah,
All right, that's season 20.
we did it, and we landing on our feet, real solid. No technical errors. Just really just stuck the landing here.
Yeah,
Season 20.
Solid.
You guys have any faves? Any memories of the season? You remember anything that we do here? I forget it immediately. Any favorite
No.
guests?
I disliked all of it.
Okay. Yeah, I had a real bad time.
I enjoyed the beginning when they were actually in London eating crappy London food.
That was fun.
I like that.
Yeah, that food sucked. And they had to eat it and tell me it was good.
Yeah,
and,
convince
and I was
me.
like, I don't fucking buy that shit.
Convince me British people have good food. They do not.
Nope.
Come at me, our British listeners. But yeah, a good season overall. I would rank this highly as a season. I think better. I liked it. Listen, I like all the seasons equally, but I think I like this one more than the most recent ones we've had.
We had Nick Wallace this season.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Nick.
We had Evelyn this season.
Wasn't there.
She's great. Great guest. This is a good season. If I had to rate this season, our season, maybe Tom will give us report cards. That used to happen. I'd give it like A plus, but also see me after class
Mm-hmm.
because I want
The
to
winky
talk about
smiley face.
it. Yeah. You know what we're
See me
talking
after
about.
Class,
See me after class.
Mr. A plus. Got some extra credit for you.
You want to maybe make the dean's list?
All right, that's the end of season 20. Ended on episode 14. Buddha winning back to back. Until next time, we're gonna pack our knives and go.
This was fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.